I've ordered a barbecue.
Nice.
I'm ready to be grilling on the patio. I haven't smoked in ages, and that's not smoking as in cigarettes. That means smoking some pork butt. I do love a good smoke out. It's the one thing I will get up at 5 a.m. in the morning for is putting the meat on, getting those cold, nice and toasted, putting it on the applewood. Oh man, I'm ready. I'm so ready for it.
This man does not care. This man is out here grilling steaks in the fucking rain in Florida. What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Dual Hemisphere Hangout. My name is Luke, and join with me each and every week. I do have my lovely co-host Jake. Jake, my man, say hello to the people.
Hello, everyone. How are we all doing? It's the final day of January. I know last week we introed with it's almost the end of January. Now it is literally the last day for me. I know Luke's got a whole 12 hours behind. Yeah. And by Joe, am I glad to see the end of January. I hate January with a passion. It's not. It's not saying that February's any easier.
No.
I mean, the weather in Perth makes it semi-bearable, I guess. It's still fucking hot, but like, it's not minus 10. I saw that the UK, the US went through some hella snowstorms.
We're about to get more. So we're supposed to get more this weekend. Yeah. We didn't get any last week. Everyone, like, we were projected to get like 22 inches at the earliest forecast the previous week. And then it went down, kept going down, and then it was just not cold enough. So it just it snowed, and then it rained, and it didn't freeze. So like nothing. It was just wet. But then everyone forgot about the fact that we might get snow this weekend, and it's actually fucking cold. And we're actually now projected to get actually 8 to 10 inches because guess what? It's fucking cold outside now. So yeah, so we're supposed to be getting like a whole like winter storm like then in the next like 24 hours or so. So I mean that's cool. I mean, way to top off January going into February. Am I right? That fucking groundhog is not coming up because it's gonna be snowed in.
But for me, I've had a fairly tame week. Nothing much has happened. Half of the work got cancelled. I'm getting to a point now though where it's dragging. It's dragging really bad because I've got leave next week.
Yeah,
and I'm so ready for my leave. I'm dying for it. And these last few days, I've got 3 days next week. I'm off from Thursday. Well, I'm in Wednesday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And then I'm off Thursday, Friday for 2, and then a whole 2 weeks. I've ordered a barbecue.
Nice.
I'm ready to be grilling on the patio. I haven't smoked in ages, and that's not smoking as in cigarettes. That means smoking some pork butt. I do love a good smoke out. It's the one thing I will get up at 5 a.m. in the morning for is putting the meat on, getting those cold, nice and toasted, putting it on the applewood. Oh man, I'm ready. I'm so ready for it.
This man does not care. This man is out here grilling steaks in the fucking rain in Florida.
I love it, man. I love it. The audio listeners could not see. I haven't smiled this much in a long time. Yeah, I'm getting cramp in my cheeks.
That's funny.
Oh, that's awesome, I'm so ready for it. I'm so ready for some time off. I mean, have you got any time off coming up, Luke? I mean, did you have Christmas?
No, I can't remember. I had a long break from Christmas into New Year's. I had about the equivalent of about 10 days off paid. So my next time I'm off is like unless we have like a random holiday, that we get off, or I put in something. I know in June, my oldest niece is graduating high school, so I'll be having to take time off for that. My family usually tries to make a trip down to the Outer Banks in the summertime as well, so I might take a day or two off for that. I'm not gonna take the whole week off, but I might, only work Monday through Wednesday and just take Thursday, Friday, and just spend time with them going down there. But yeah, not really, not too much. I do nothing too much. Since I did just start my job like quote unquote, and since October, I don't really have any like quote unquote time off like accumulated yet. So when I get promoted, which is probably gonna happen soon,
Ooh.
that'll probably get reset, and if not, it'll just roll over in June. We do
Oh, so wait.
reviews. We do reviews in July, and so
So
then
you,
I'll get started from that.
when you get promoted, your leave resets.
So they, well, yeah, because I will be getting more stuff. So since I started working in October, normally it takes about like 120 days for you to actually get that rolling. So if
Oh,
I get promoted before that, since I've been with the company for 120 days, I'll get more days than what I was probably going to get, which was probably going
oh,
to be about
nice.
five paid vacation, and like I think I get like 5 sick days, and it will go from that to 10 and 5. So
That is rough. you
yeah,
you Americans,
yeah,
man, you get bodied by work. The
yeah. We
system
don't. We
wants
don't.
you to work so hard. Um,
And I
I mean,
I think it just depends though. I think it just depends on the industry you're into, because since we are in childcare, again, we do have that kind of program 10 days off already that is covered during the holidays. So it equates to about 20 days, give or take.
okay, so you get the same
Which
as me
again,
then. You get the same as
yeah,
me.
so but I think it just depends, in the industry. So I'm not sure like how that works like in another industry. If it's like typically like you go work at Walmart. Yeah, actually, I know for a fact you're not getting 20 days off at fucking Walmart. So I know that for a fucking fact.
Oh
Um,
shit.
but yeah, yeah, you ain't getting shit at Walmart. You might get a day. But no, yeah, I really don't know, but yeah, that will be nice when I get that. I mean, that's how I was able to go to Florida, was because I had accumulated so many fucking days off. I think I had about 14 days coming to me, and I used about we were down there for about a week, so I used
Yeah,
about
7
7 or
days.
8 of them. Yeah, I used about 7 days, 7 of those days to fly. One of them was a flight day, and then the then the 4 days I was there, and then the other day was a flight day. So
Yeah.
you kind of love when you use your vacation days just to fucking sit on a goddamn plane for 8 hours.
That's
But
why I try and
no,
do
but that's how I
the
was.
red eye flights because then technically in my
Yeah.
mind I'm justifying it that I don't get paid at night.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
like this is on my time. And then when I get there I'm on
Yeah.
holiday and I'm sipping a margarita. It's like, "Oh yeah, I'm getting paid for this,
Oh
baby."
yeah. We are here. Yeah, no, because I'm thinking about it, because like I used to not really like I never used to really take proper vacations. Like it was to a point where I wouldn't get in trouble, but my work grew wise to what I would do. And so I would accumulate like my 10 days, and I would just take off the last 10 Fridays of the year.
Oh, I
Just so I would
used to
have
do
30,
that. I used to do
and
that.
they would get pissed. They
They
were always so
hate it.
mad at me, and they were like, "You can't do that." I'm like, "I mean, I can." And they're like, but then when I got, when I was in my big boy job, they're like, "No, you really can't. We need you to like properly do that." I'm like, because
It's
I'm
my
like, well, I
leave.
don't really.
I can take it
Yeah, I
however
know.
I
They're like,
want.
they're like, yeah, but you're kind of putting it. I'm like, I'll see what I can do going forward and actually plan some trips, guys. Okay, y'all are
Speak
lucky. Y'all are lucky. My mom just moved to New York, so I actually have to plan shit now. I can't just be like, I mean, my mom's down the street, my sister's an hour away. I can just see whatever the fuck I want. To now, I'm like, all right, well, my mom's in New York, so I gotta plan a day. It takes me 8 hours to get up there. I can't really just drive back the next day. So I'm like, I guess I'll take 3 days to go see her or whatever the
I
fuck. But
you know what? Like as you've said that, it's just triggered like so there's a thing here in Australia called long service leave.
uh-huh.
Um so for your it's basically rewarding staying at
Hmm.
the same workplace. So
Yeah.
I have to work for 10 years to get my first set of long
Hmm.
service leave, which is 3 months or 12 weeks
Okay.
they give you in like a bunch. And then for every
Yeah.
7 years after that, you get another
Hmm.
12, 13 weeks off. Now, I work with a lot of people that are a lot older than me and have worked in the same place for 20, 30 years.
Yeah.
So, one of my counterpart, because we work in like pairs of two, because I don't like getting up at
Uh-huh.
7 a.m. So,
Yeah.
There's two people that work 7 will 3, and me and my colleague work 10 till 6. It helps cover.
Uh-huh.
They get more out of us in the workday, and we get flexible
Yeah.
working hours. It's a symbiotic relationship, so to
Yeah.
speak. But it now comes that all 3 of them, I'm a 4-man team, and all 3. This is little old me with no leave because I've only been there a year and a half. But all 3 of them have long service leave coming up. So I know my colleague, he has 22 weeks of leave to take, accrued.
Wait, 22 days. Or do you mean
Weeks.
weeks?
Weeks.
Pause. Time. Pause. Wait.
Yeah,
'Cause you're
he could
saying
take half a
you're
year off
saying
paid.
okay.
Yeah.
I need to move
Yeah.
to Australia.
Yeah, you do. You need to come down here, Luke. I've got a
Oh
lovely
my
room
god.
waiting for you. But
20
he,
20 half a year paid.
yeah, yeah, he can just go away.
What in the
So,
fuck?
but
How do y'all
he's
stay
now
in
doing.
business?
I don't know, but he's now doing
That's
what you like to do, Luke, where you were saying like you take 1 day off a week. So I think he's going to
yeah.
take Wednesdays off for the next 2 years.
More the fucking power to. And does that roll over? Like every year he gets 22 weeks?
No. So he's accumulated like 7 weeks of
Okay.
leave because he just never takes it.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
so that's like 2 years worth of like solid work. He may have taken the odd day here
Okay.
and there, but we get 20 days, so 4 weeks of leave.
Mhm.
As you plus public
Yeah.
holidays or bank holidays as they call them in the UK.
Yeah.
Um,
Mhm.
and then he's next set of long service. Basically, he's been put on leave management because he has so much. Because then he's accumulated all this leave, and then his long service leave has hit. So he's then been
Mhm.
given his 13 weeks, and they're like, right, you need to start taking some now because you're a liability to the company. Because if he was to leave,
Yeah, he
they would
is.
have to pay him like, what is it, something like 50 to 70,000 Australian dollars because they owe him.
Yeah.
It's like,
That's what I was gonna say, because he 1000% is a liability if he could technically not work for half the fucking year. That's why I was like, wait a minute. What do you mean it must be 22 days? You don't mean 22 weeks. What the fuck?
but the other
That's
two as well, they've got long service leave coming up. So like,
Mhm.
I've got another person that's off all next month, and the month after is all booked out. They've gone. So it's just left with little old me being the constant as I watch all of my colleagues take vast amounts of paid leave, and they're going on
Why do
lovely
they
holidays to Bali and Japan and
Yeah, I mean, that's
cruising it
pretty
up.
I mean, I guess that's cool that that's a thing in Australia. I don't know of too many places in the world that do that. So
I don't know of
that's
any other place. In the
yeah.
UK, you get given anywhere between 20 and 30 days leave, and you have to take them
Mhm.
within a calendar year. And you're only allowed to
Same.
carry over 1 or 2 days, and then they
Mhm.
have to be taken in the first quarter of the
Yeah.
next year. Um, so you
Okay.
don't have this accumulation of vast amounts of leave where you become a liability to the company because they can't afford to sack you and you need to take leave, and then they can't hire someone in your
Yeah.
place when you're off for half a year because
Mhm.
because they're paying you. It's
Yeah.
mental.
You wanna know what's so weird now that I've been on the opposite side of, like, running a company is, like, it sounds so weird when I'm thinking about it, like, well, I see where they're coming from.
Yeah,
I see where the big
you've been on
millionaires,
the
the big
dark
billionaire
side.
I'm like, I see where they're coming from, this guy, I don't give a fuck if he's been working there for 20 fucking years. He gets half a year off. I can't fucking fire him without paying that shit. That is bad for business. That's a poor business move. And
I mean, we
but
work
then
for
I'm
the
like,
government, so it doesn't really matter. Like the
yeah,
money's always going to be
yeah,
there, like because we all know the
that's
government can
fair.
just make money
Yeah,
whenever they
and they
want.
can just well, here they can just fucking print it off a goddamn printer. So,
Yep.
you know, they're like, "Oh, we're $3 trillion in debt. Let's just throw another trillion on the printer, guys." I'm
Uh,
sorry. We're
it's
not.
all good. It's all
We'll
good.
never
We don't
we'll never
politics.
become a political. We'll never become a political podcast, but we'll make jabs here and there. But no, that's pretty crazy though. They get 22 weeks. That I'm still kind of like hung up on that. But hey, I mean, more the power, more the power. I guess at the end of the day, it gives some. I guess it's good because it gives companies the time to it benefits the companies, I guess, maybe in the long run because they don't have so much turnover because you're gonna want to work
Yeah,
towards
10 years
that.
of
So that
service is
definitely
a
helps.
long time.
Yeah,
That's
so that
one
definitely
fifth
helps
of your
with like
working life.
yes, 1,000%. So that I can see the benefit to that. And one thing I'll always give Australia when it comes to stuff like that, they seem to be very ahead of the curve when it comes to strategies that tend to work out that the rest of the world is either playing catch up with or they're trying to implement their own version of it. I always feel like Australia is kind of like right, like always there, and most of the world is either like, "That's a good idea, we should do that," or they're like, "Okay, we like this idea, but let's change it a little bit up." But I think it's pretty interesting because that would definitely help our retention. You're not gonna have to worry about your McDonald fry cooks turning tail at in a year because they don't like to pay, or maybe they're 8 years in and they're like, I'm done with this, but I'm 2 years away from this for to what was it called again?
Long service leave?
Yeah, the long ser I'm 2 years away from getting long service leave. I might as well tough it out for the next 2 years.
Yeah, that's the thing. When you get over the like, you get close to that limit. It's like, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna stay. I'm gonna rough it out. I'm gonna stay because
Mhm,
I get 13
mhm,
weeks off, and then I can.
mhm.
The problem they do have, though, Luke, is people go on long service leave and never come back.
Damn it.
it's
Damn
a,
it. You know what? Because I'm
it's a
like,
very common thing that people like take the leave and then either apply to a new job while they're in there, or um, just say that, you know what, this isn't for me, and I'm quite enjoying having the time off. Happens a lot with maternity leave as well over here. They just
yeah,
never come back, and it's common, I guess. I, Australia is ahead of the curve, but it's because of a small population density. It's very easy to trial
that's fair.
things. Like if you
Yeah.
can you imagine if like America just went balls to the wall? You've got like 33 trillion people. I don't know how many people you've got in America. A lot.
Yeah, wait,
It's-
we got too many. There's too
yeah.
many people here.
You couldn't just blanket roll that out, but like
Yeah.
here in
No,
Perth,
you
there's like
couldn't.
2 million people, maybe 3 million
Yeah.
people. It's very easy to just blanket roll something out, and if it doesn't work, then it's like, whoops, sorry, we'll send it back again.
Yeah.
You haven't, in the grand scheme of things, you haven't pissed off that many people in the population of the
Yeah.
world.
1,000%. Yeah. No, that makes a lot of sense. So yeah, for sure. But
But
no,
I'm very
that's
looking
cool
forward
though.
to my leave. That's
Yeah, of course.
that's been the underlying
Yeah,
note of my week. I didn't break anything this week as well, which is great.
that's good.
We fixed
No
the
French
fridge that I
doors?
broke.
Yes.
it was
Gotta love
a
a good update.
it was a very big bodge job involving
Yeah.
Stanley knives and chopping certain bits of plastic to get the door back on. But hey, look,
Yeah.
it locks, it works, it maintains temperature. There's nothing wrong with it. To all intents and purposes, the big boss doesn't know, so he's got a
There you
working
go.
fridge in a different room. We love that.
There you go.
How's
Yes, we do.
how's your week been? Because
Week's been
that's
pretty
all that's
yeah,
happened in mine.
yeah, it's I don't wanna say it's, like, uneventful, but it's, like, kinda just been a chill week for the most part. The the apartment, hunt it's done, like, it's been
Nice.
solidified. I signed my lease this week. Gotta pay I move in on the 10th of February, a random fucking Tuesday, but,
It's
like,
always
whatever.
midweek, man.
Um,
Ours, we
yeah,
moved
I
in
don't
on
know.
like a Wednesday or a Thursday. I can't
Yeah.
remember.
So, just kinda throws things off, but it's like they wanted to do it at 3 o'clock, so I'm like, I'm gonna try to, like, do, like, a 6 to 3 shift at work so I can just be off at 3, pick up my keys, and then I might take the following day off so I can, like, kinda move my stuff in. But again, yeah, that's probably the most eventful stuff, like, again, it's very, it's technically my first time really, quote, unquote, "applying for an apartment on my own," like, I did the process in Florida, um a couple times, but this is like my first time, so I'm like, they're really only looking at me, they're not looking at two people, so I'm like, I hope everything's good. I know Florida's a little bit of rough. I know my credit definitely took a hit while I was in Florida, for sure. And so I'm like, am I gonna get approved, like, because I really like this place. And so yeah, I got approved, no issues. I'm just have to pay about, I think it's the equivalent of 1087, like, for to move in properly because that includes my deposit and then
Oh,
my
nice.
prorated rent. and I had to put a holding fee. I had to give them a holding fee, so I gave them 350, so that knocked off my deposit, so I don't have to like re up the 500.
Yep.
So technically, I only have to really pay $150 for my deposit, quote unquote. Um, which again, I'm not a big fan of that practice because again, you're going to be getting $350 from me just to hold that I don't lose this apartment, and if I book it, you guys are going to take stuff off of it. So I mean, I guess it's a win-win, but didn't like that practice personally, but I'm like, whatever. At the end of the day, I'm just glad it's not. I don't have to put 2 months rent down on it
Yeah.
because again, that would have been like that would have been really scratching. Would really be scraping the bottom of the barrel. I'm like looking for fucking quarters at that point. um, but it's all worked out. So I'm gonna just have to get a couple things switched over. Like I have to go get power turned on. Internet's provided by it's included in rent,
Nice.
which is nice. It's just basic 500 megs, and if I want to get a higher plan, I will just have to let them know, and then we'll update it, and then it'll just reflect on my rent. Um, it's great. I mean, I would say like the thing is like people are gonna like definitely look on the outside and just be like, oof, like I don't know, and then but the inside is really nice. It's very much like the apartment complex is like a very wide and it just goes back. It's just I
Okay.
don't know how else to describe it. It's wide, but it just goes back. There's not like different floors. You just kind of walk at the doors are on the side. You walk in and then everything's in that way. It's about I think 10, 12 apartments in that little bungalow thing. So it's not like overcrowded or not. We're not gonna be fighting for a bunch of parking spaces. And it's right by the water, like I literally am on the ocean. I'm not right on the sand, so if the waves crash over, we're not gonna be flooded away, but it's
You've got
enough
60
to where I
seconds
could
away
like
to run away from a tsunami.
yeah. Exactly. But I could like literally just walk 2 minutes that way to the beach and be on the beach in no time flat. They take dogs, so Josie's gonna be good. They don't need to know what kind of dog Josie is. You know,
Nope.
she's a lovely Labrador. That's all they need to know. And
She acts like one.
um, yeah, she
She's a
acts like
Labrador
one.
at heart.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, she's technically. I mean, I look at the list. Staffies are allowed. She's technically 40% staffy. They don't need to know what else she is. So
She's 51. In the
51% staffy, and the rest is she's just a mix. She's just a mixed breed of a bunch of things. But yeah, that's all. But yeah, I sound all that stuff. So moving day is official. I'm gonna have my own place, which is nice. I'm very looking forward to it. I'm gonna have a whole office room now, which will be really
oh,
nice. So I won't be like completely cluttered in the fact of like I have my room, my bed, and my computer all in the same room. So I can have like a proper just bedroom, and then I can just walk to my office slash gaming room and have all that set up. And I'm looking forward to it. So yeah, it's been a good
it's gonna be
week
nice.
in that regard. Yep. And
I'm looking
then
forward to seeing it.
I'm looking forward to seeing it because I want to be able to finish the stuff that I've been working on because it's been a week of paperwork, phone calls after work, trying to get everything handled. Not a whole lot of time for things that I was supposed to be committed to, and I'm still working on some of those things. But one thing I did commit to this week was the ladder, the ladder series.
Oh yeah.
I played all my matches last night, and it was awful.
I must
Like,
admit, 15 matches doesn't go. It wasn't as long as I thought it would
it
be.
it goes quick. I think I had played my 15 in about 2.5-ish hours. I
Yep.
wanna say. I think I turned my Switch on around 8, and by the time I played my 15th match after taking my notes, it was, like, maybe a little it's closer to 11 than it was 10:30. So we're getting there. So, but it was I mean, it was good. Definitely getting the competitive juices flowing. I will say the wins I got, they weren't hard wins. I all like every one I got, I absolutely cleared whatever I was playing. Like it wasn't a challenge or nothing. There were no close wins for me. They were all dominating wins. I either 4-0'd or 3-0'd them. Now the losses were the heartbreaking ones because again, you're playing at a lower tier in the beginner tier and then the Pokeball tier, whatever happens right after the beginner tier when you play a certain amount of matches. Because the jump's a little bit there. And so you're playing against people who kind of know what they're doing and they're actually using the meta teams. And
Yep.
we're not using meta teams. We might be using 1 or 2 meta mons, but we're not using a meta team that can handle everything. So it's just like every time I saw a Koraidon and an Incineroar, I'm like, "Welp, I think I'm losing this one." And by God, I always lost those matches. It was close. I was like, there was a couple where I was a crit away, or they got a crit on me and I lost it. But it was interesting. I ran a Koraidon Mewtwo core with I had Sableye in there with Charizard, Gyarados, and then what was my and Scizor as some more damage dealing. It wasn't I just like I'm gonna pick the best mon. I'm gonna pick a second Uber. I'm gonna pick a second legendary I've never used before and have fun with it. Had to have Charizard in there because the sun's up, so why not throw him in there?
Yep.
Gyarados for Intimidate to weaken some of the stronger physical attackers that we see. Sableye just for some shenanigans if I need it, and then Scizor for just dealing with fairy types if I like dealing with some fairy types that I come across of. So it was fun. I definitely think we need to get out of Reg Eye. But
The Red Guy
besides
is
that,
not fun.
besides that, it was it was a lot of fun and it was nice to get back into it again. And I'm definitely looking forward to the next iteration of it when we get an updated ladder. And we get more people involved because again, it was me, Jake, and another person, and I felt bad because Jake had just finished his. And when I saw him post, I'm like, I gotta go. I have not played my matches yet. I had gen
No,
my
that's
team
the beauty
finally,
of
and
it. You can just play
yeah,
whenever you want. Like you
exactly.
are technically it's still running until Sunday, so
Yeah,
like anyone could join. They could throw in a team and get their games done in 2 hours. It's not a
yeah,
massive commitment. It's
no,
but it's tough. I honestly, when I
yeah,
first started, I went on a 6-win streak. I built a
nice.
team of what was it? I might have to pull the Poke Paste up. It was Koraidon as well,
Gear, yeah.
Giratina, Iron Moth. I know I use that a lot.
Mhm.
That was pretty much everything. Oh, I had a Thunderous because I just
Okay.
paralyzed everything. Brute Bonnet. Brute Bonnet was actually a massive player, and then Choice Scarf Gardevoir. Um,
Ooh,
it was a pretty decent team when I first made it, and I went on that 6-win streak. Honestly, I thought that I'd made the new best meta team in the world. I was blowing people back. They
yeah,
did not stand a single chance. And then I started coming up against Raging Bolts. And Raging Bolt turns out walled my team between its standard typing and then if it Terra Fairied, I had no
yeah,
chance. Um,
yeah.
I think because I went Terra Water on my Iron Moth, and I had
Mhm.
Terra Water on Brute Bonnet as well. Basically I
Mhm.
just couldn't break it down, and
Yeah,
I just kept coming up against multiple ones. Koraidon was definitely I would say, a fantastic pick. For anything
yeah.
like that with draft, it is just a glass cannon that could just evaporate
Yeah.
things.
Mhm.
I must admit, 3 of my losses were down to my bad. Like
Yeah.
I shouldn't have lost them. I was misplaying. I was intimidating into Defiant. I was clicking a poltergeist on things that didn't
Mhm.
have um, items because they'd been like
Okay.
Psychic Seed or Grassy Seed or something like that. So I
Mhm.
lost a couple of games of that. Farigiraf was like a hard counter to Giratina. So
Yeah.
I literally couldn't hit it. If it Terra Fairied, and I had, and it basically all the Farigirafs I came up against were Psychic Seed, Terra Fairy.
Mhm.
And
Yep.
I had, on my Giratina, I had Shadow Sneak, which I can't use because they're using Armor Tail.
Yep.
uh, I had Draco Meteor. So if they
Mhm.
Terra Fairy, not effective. And Poltergeist
Yep.
doesn't work if they're not holding an item and protect.
Yep.
So literally every time a Frigoraph came, I kind of had to hard counter it with Iron Moth, and then I'm
Mhm.
constantly trying to keep this Iron Moth alive because they're just playing willy nilly with their Frigoraph. It's just a
Yeah.
helping hand fodder. Um,
Yeah.
and that's 5 or 6 loss streak that I went on was brutal.
Yeah.
Every game was Frigoraph Raging Bolt, and
Yep.
like I wasn't even struggling versus Trick Room because they pop the Trick Room, I bring out Brute Bonnet, and I just spore everything to death.
Yeah.
And then there were a couple of occasions where I brought Thunderous and I shouldn't have brought it. It only had one attacking move with Wild Bolt Storm,
Mhm.
and it was quad resisted into Raging Bolt. It was resisted into half
Yeah.
of the things I was bringing. I was like, did I actually need to bring this? I would have
This
been
guy,
better.
yeah.
Hindsight, I would have been better bringing Tornadoes for Tailwind.
Yeah.
Um,
Mhm.
but I tried to be different, and I wanted electric coverage
Yeah.
for apparent water types that did not appear.
Mhm.
Mind you, when every time I came up against a Kyogre, that thing got bodied. And there was one time with a Dondozo as well. I almost one-shot it with a Wild Bolt Storm. I was like, all right, okay, this is good. This is
Ooh.
good.
There you go. There you go.
But I ended on 9 and 6, and I think you ended up on 8 and
Yep.
7.
8 and 7.
So yeah, like
Positive.
very close,
We did
very
it.
close.
We did it. Positive.
The
Yeah,
points
I
were a
think
bit
I
different though because of my win streaks. I had a 6-win streak and a
yeah.
6-win streak and a 3-win streak.
Yeah, no, that definitely I think the win streaks definitely played into a big factor for it. I think it's cool because it's like, yeah, I technically could have won the same amount of games of you, but but if I didn't go on those streak, if I didn't have you didn't have that big 6 game win streak, then I still might not have passed you, right? But I thought it was pretty beautiful because again, it's like you have to keep in mind when you're playing that ladder series, you're like, you definitely don't want to go on a loss streak,
No,
but you
because you get
definitely want
punished
to
for that as
get
well.
that but you definitely want to get that win streak, and I can't tell you the amount of times I was on a 2 game win streak, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get this 3rd game win streak and get some extra points, and then I lost, and then I would win the next one. I'm like, damn it, I would have been
Good.
4. I just won it. But no, it was a lot of fun. It was nice. It was nice getting those competitive juices flowing. The one thing competitive Pokemon does for me, it makes me use my fucking brain. Because a lot of times I'm just kind of going on autopilot. I'm kind of just doing things. I'm not really like thinking real heavy. Because when I'm working on our project and I've got like our calculator and I'm looking at that, that's when I'm focused. I'm really focused on that, but I'm not really thinking. I'm really just kind of like messing with something on my computer, just trying to figure something out. When you're live in action in a battle, you're like your brain's going about 1,000 miles an hour. You're playing everything that you kind of know in your head. You think you're kind of predicting you're playing, like I always said, you're playing basically 4D chess, and you got about 60 seconds to make a decision on what you want to fucking do. And it definitely was really nice to get back in that mind flow because again, haven't really been in that mind flow since fast draft, and honestly probably since like the CCC when it kind of mattered. Because again, I was like, I want to win this, and I want to have some points. I want to have it's going on the spreadsheet. I want to see this shit. So it kind of made me want to play a little bit harder than I normally do when we do fast drafts. Because when I play fast drafts, I'm always like kind of I want to win, but I'm like kind of casual with it too. Like I'm not butt hurt
It's fun.
unless
It's
well,
that's for
yeah,
fun. This is competition. So
exactly. It's got a name. It's got a name.
it's a whole series. So we kind of need to think of what's the next one
Yeah.
and how soon do we do it? Because I think Regai is
Mhm.
with us for quite a while now, which is a bit
I
disheartening.
think well, Pokemon Day is coming up soon. And
Mm,
and for some reason, I don't know why, I have like a feeling in like the back of my bones that Champions is just gonna get shadow dropped on Pokemon Day. Don't know why. Because again, they're like quarter 1. By then, we're in February. You only really have one more. You have March for it to really be the end of the end of quarter 1. And I'm just like, I don't know. I just feel it in my bone because Pokemon will do that. There's been so many times where Pokemon's just dropped, like, oh, they announced Pokemon Sleep, and then the next Pokemon Direct, and they're like, and it's out now, and it's just like,
yeah.
oh, okay. So I feel like I think that would be very hype, and I think that would get people really excited about Pokemon Day and really give a nice little kick in the ass to the 30th anniversary. So I'm kind of holding out hope. So I would say, let's see what happens on Pokemon Day, and if they announce champions, then
Then
we
we're
know
back
where we're
cooking.
having it.
Then we're back
Yeah,
cooking.
we're
Um,
cooking with fucking gas.
yeah, because I'm not gonna lie, ladder series was like getting a team ready for ladder was one of the
Yeah,
hardest things. It didn't used to be this way, but now
no,
it's
I mean
just it's
it's awful.
unbearable.
It literally turned me off from wanting to do it when you were telling me like how difficult it was for you to get certain mons, and I'm just like, I don't have the patience to do this after I've been working with children all day and
Yeah.
want to pull my hair out, you know? And then I'm like sitting there. So I'm like, so I did it on a weekend where I'm like, because I was waiting on the snow and the snow that never came. So I'm like, all right, I've got time. I'll do this. I'll work on this. But like coming home and being like, all right, let me go wait in a queue and do this and jump through 8 hoops just to get one mon. I'm not trying to do that right now.
Nope.
And so I'm very much looking forward to Champions because also I can knock a game out while I'm at work.
Yeah.
I can
You could
just
play
like
on your
just
mobile.
I'll prop my phone and be like, yeah. Anyways, what's going on?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, guys. No, I would never. I would if anyone that works with me knows this, knows I'm not really gonna do that. All right, I'm just kidding.
He is.
Just kidding.
He is. I just hope that there is like obviously you'll have to catch them on, and
Yeah,
then hopefully the sliders are fairly cheap. So when you're making that mon, it, it
yeah,
you don't have to grind too many games
yeah.
to
I
make a
think
team
it's
that you want to
gonna
make.
be. I'm still very much in the mindset that they are going to release a one-time paid version for competitive players. I don't know how much it's gonna be, but I literally think they're gonna be like, here's $60. You pay the $60, you don't have to worry about like stones and shit like that. You can just edit your Pokemon willy-nilly. Like
That'd be
that
cool.
that would be smart. And that's how
Will
you
they
would
do
get a
it?
lot of money quick. No,
No.
absolutely not. No. No.
We're
Fuck no.
also we're definitely getting Gen 10, 1 million
Yeah,
percent.
we're getting it this year, which is very nice. I'm very excited about that. I'm again very again. I took a look at. I was bad. I took a look at the leaks. Don't get me, Daddy
I've seen
Nintendo.
thumbnails. I
But
haven't watched any videos. I've seen thumbnails.
yeah,
Um,
I kind of took a quick look at the leaks, and then I'm like, again, I think, and the only reason why I'm curious about it, and the reason why I bring up the leaks is because I want to know like how deep that leak really went because they've been kind of hitting the nail on the head a little bit. So if they get Gen 10 down, then we can pretty much confirm unless Nintendo pulls the plug on a lot of Game Freak pulls the plug on some of these things. Now we know exactly what we're getting the next 4 to 5 years when it comes to Pokemon. And if what we saw is true, it's gonna be fucking hype. I'll tell you all that right now. Like that shit's fucking some of the stuff that I saw, fucking cool. So
I'm ready for a new
let's
game.
freaking go.
I booted
Yeah,
up
me too.
like because when we were playing Ladder Series, I did have a wander around. I did a little bit of shiny hunting on Scarlet and Violet.
Hmm.
I was like, I enjoyed it a little bit. I must
Yeah,
admit, the Switch 2 era has made this game 10 times better, like what it ever was.
yeah,
It is now enjoyable. Would I go back and play for it again? I don't think so. Like I'm
yeah,
not that invested in the storyline, but shiny hunting's okay. But I am definitely ready for a new game. I haven't played it
yeah.
as much
Same
as like
here.
Sword and Shield. But that's mainly
Mhm.
because I did a lot of battling in Sword and Shield. This time
Yeah.
round, Draft League didn't really take off the way
Draft League. Yeah.
it wanted to. We were all a bit too cautious. We didn't understand what Terror was going to be like. And now it turns out it's probably one of
Yeah.
the most balanced mechanics we've ever had. But when it first came out,
Yeah.
oh, Jesus, we'd never seen
We had
anything
no idea.
like.
Yeah. It definitely again Scarlet. I think Scarlet. Unfortunately for Scarlet and Violet, I think the biggest problem that Scarlet Violet is always going to be faced with is the performance issues, which took a lot out of the game, and then obviously they didn't quite capture they didn't quite make it as fun. Like so, Sword and Shield base game, Scarlet and Violet base game. If I were to take those two games and take performance issues aside, right? Base game for Scarlet and Violet, base game for Sword and Shield. I'm taking Scarlet and Violet for base game. I think Scarlet and Violet has much more stuff to do. It's got a cool story. It's got branching paths. It's feels like a journey. The open world is really good. Where I think Scarlet and Violet failed was the DLC and the non what's the word I'm looking non VGC online play because one thing that Scarlet and Violet did is they gave us max raid dens. They gave us which was like the big thing. That was all the rage, right? No one gives a fuck about the terror raids. I am so sorry.
Yeah.
No one gives a fuck about those. One, they're because the game lags so bad. It's very hard to kind of know what the fuck's going on the screen at a
You
given
can't
time,
coordinate.
or
Yeah,
you
as a
can't
team.
coordinate well at all, and it's not nearly as fun as the max raid dens. They just weren't, and so I think that's where, and I think the DLC was a lot better for those games. Yes, it was super cool to see you know, um, black and white inspired themes in the Indigo disc, but the teal mask was booty cheeks.
Yeah,
Sorry,
the
I
story
hated it.
the story wasn't too bad. Like
Mm,
but it wasn't. I'm trying to think of story like there wasn't much story in the Sword and Shield DLCs other than like a bit
mm,
of legendary hunting. You had the
yeah,
Urshifu storyline, which wasn't really a storyline, but it was more about here's all the added Pokemon and here's
yeah,
the new forms.
mhm,
Um, we didn't get that many new Pokemon in the Scarlet and Violet DLC. There was
no,
some added in, of course, but then you had like Hydrapple, which was
mhm,
okay, I guess, but we knew it was
yeah,
coming because Eviolite worked with Diplin before they even
yeah,
announced anything.
yeah,
uh, and then the Ogapon and the trio, the what is it,
mhm,
the Toxic Chain trio and Pecharunt.
yeah,
I mean, it kind of followed through to a certain extent, but yeah, it didn't seem to hit the same as what Sword and Shield
yeah.
had, which I can't really put my finger on it. I don't know why. It's
I
it
I
just didn't.
I just think I just think the DLC brought life back to Sword and Shield, and I think the DLC killed Scarlet and Violet.
Okay,
And that's
yeah,
what I think
I can agree
happened.
with
I
that.
think that's what
I,
because I think after you beat the story in Scarlet and Violet, unless you're playing online, unless you're playing competitive, you're done with the game. There's nothing
One
left
thing
to do with it.
that Scarlet and Violet did really bad was that battle arena, man. How did we go from Galar stadiums and the battles looking amazing to the backyard with 4 copies of the same NPC around the side of the like I'd rather there just be no people there. Like,
Yeah.
why is there people on the outside? I mean, it looks great on Worlds where they go to the Festival Plaza and the Festival Plaza's full of
Mhm.
all the old NPCs and the players in game. Like all the characters are in
Yeah.
the back, and but that's only for the final of World Championships.
Yeah.
Every other game is
That's
played
it.
in the backyard of a
Mhm.
school ground. Like,
If I see
where's the
that,
grandness?
if I see that old lady in the background going, I'm gonna lose my shit. Like, like I'm so tired of that. I saw her. I'm like, get off my screen. Why are we zooming in on the NPC? You're taking away from the battle. What's going on here? Man, but yeah, no, I'm very excited for Gen 10. I think it's gonna be. I think it's again they have to knock it out of the park. They really just do. Like, there's no excuse.
Speaking of
You can't
park,
fuck up.
Pokepark,
Oh
it's now a
shit! Did you
thing.
see some of the? Did
It's
you
now a
see some of
thing.
the shit?
I
Oh
did.
boy,
I did.
we're going,
It looks
we're
good.
going.
It looks good, but it also looks a bit mediocre as well at the same time. Like I don't know what I
Yeah,
expected,
yeah.
but I'm not going to be paying to be the first one there. Put it that way.
No,
I'll let them bump it out a bit.
well, yeah, we'll let it bump out, see the additions, and then we'll go. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what else I was expecting really either. I was like, was I slightly expecting like Jurassic Park but Pokemon? Like maybe I was expecting actual
Maybe
Pokemon to walk around a little bit, maybe. Um, I think it's cool though. I think it's really neat that they've got that out there. And if it does well, a 95% Universal will add it to one of their parks or some shit down in Florida.
that's what it needs.
Uh,
It needs to be
yeah,
a part of a major theme park, just the way like Super Mario World is.
exactly.
Like Harry Potter World is. And when you've got
Yeah.
that amount of space and it's tied in with something else, because I can't see a full day's activity at Pokepark when I watch like the walkthrough. I think it
No.
was IGN that
Yeah.
uploaded it. Um, is it fun to go into a Pokemon Center and actually be greeted by a Nurse Joy? Of course it is. Is it
Yeah.
fun to go to the Pokemart and buy like a smoothie or a potion? You know, of course it is. But let's be honest, you're only there for one thing, and it's the merch. it's,
Yeah.
and then you can sell it on
You're
eBay.
exactly. You're paying the big bucks just to pay even more bucks. You're paying money to get into the store to spend your money.
It's like I didn't realize that was a thing why people go to the ICs, the International Championships, because there's limited edition merch and you get your competitor pack and you sell your competitor pack to someone that couldn't make the IC for double your price of your ticket. So it doesn't even matter if you play. I didn't realize this at the start. I was like, holy, like, what do you mean half of the field drops as soon as, because they're just after the backpack or the playmat or some, even with Worlds, it's the same. All of their World competitors packs go on sale. And then they have like the limited edition jackets and stuff that go on in the Pokemon Center pop-ups. They all go on sale. I remember Josh buying, I have like the Wand Company, I have like Cherish Ball. He was like, yeah, the Master Balls are going for like $400 at home and they were selling for $150 in the EUIC shop. So basically everyone just went and bought a Master Ball and he went home with like 7 of them. So he just made like $3,000 profit over on the One Company Pokeballs. It's one big.
That's insane.
It's one big money grabbing event that it doesn't taint the experience of competitive Pokemon at all.
No.
Would I like to see a World Championship at Poke Park? Hell yeah. Do it next year. Not this, because where is it now? San Francisco or something? Or it's somewhere in Anaheim. I don't know.
Most likely.
It's one of those. It's definitely in America. Next year, put it in Poke Park. Build a goddamn stadium. Build Wyndon Stadium or whatever. Imagine playing in the middle of that. That would be insane.
They'll never do that.
What do you mean? No, they've got like contracts with big.
They've got contracts with big fucking convention centers. They'll never fucking do that shit. They'll be pissed. They'll be pissed.
But there's no reason why they should pay Yokohama Convention Center anymore. You've got a theme park.
That's true. Yeah, you're right.
And except it's all worlds. Like it would be all worlds. Like it would be immersion. Yeah, it would be immersion.
That'd be cool. Yeah, no, that would be pretty dope. I won't lie. That would be fun. I know. I think one of the bucket lists I'm gonna check off this year is the next time there's an event, a VGC event nearby. Like if there's one in DC, I'll go to that one or something like that. I'll go to a regional at some point this year. I think that's what I want to do. I'm not sure if I'll compete. I might compete. I'll probably compete. If I'm going to go to a regional, I'll put on my straps.
I would say it's do the compete. Don't go to a regional. It's just they don't have spectators. Don't go to a regional as a spectator because they don't have seating. They don't let you sit anywhere. There's like maybe 20. Well, when me and Nick went to Liverpool, there was maybe 30, 40 seats in front of as for spectators, and then the whole hall is just filled with competitors. It's I would say the regionals. I went to EUIC and had an amazing time. There was way more seating there as a spectator. It was all great. But going to a regional, people are only there to play. To play. Yeah. And you don't really see much.
Well, then they better have the NIC in a city nearby. I'll go to that.
I don't know where it is. It's coming up, right? Oh, EUIC is coming up. Have we had NIC? No, NIC is always before Worlds.
Yeah, it's right before. It's like in Japan. It's like in June or July.
So yeah, you haven't missed that. But it's a good event, even if you just go to the Pokemon Center for 20 minutes or whatever. It's fun to walk around.
That's why I want to go.
And fun to watch people spend copious amounts of money. Copious amounts.
People are like,
I remember queuing up and you just listen to the cashiers and they'd just be like, oh yeah, that's £500, that's £300, that's £400. I spent like £250. It's like every transaction is is triple figures. Some making into four figures.
Dude, that just breaks my heart. It literally gave me flashbacks to Disney where I bought 2 things and I'm like, that'll be $185. And I just looked back at Jake. I'm like,
me and Rach sticking to buying the little mugs, and even the mugs were like $30 a piece. It's like it's pottery.
Dude, it was 2 things. It was a set of ears and a fucking cup. I wanted to kill myself. I was not happy. I was like,
Yeah,
"What the fuck?"
I think that little cherish ball that I bought at EUIC,
Yeah.
that was £99, I think. The
Okay.
Dragonite was also from EUIC, the little plush, that was £30.
That's
And then there was
cute. I like
something
the
else that
Dragonite.
the Dragonite's cool. Um,
Yeah.
and then there was something else that I bought from there. I think I've still
Yeah.
got the bag behind me. I do. You got the cool little bag.
Nice. Cool.
Um, but yeah, there was something else. I may have bought some packs or something because that's
Yeah.
it's the only place where you can end up getting like full retail ETBs,
Yeah.
and you can also buy the card resellers are always in the halls as well. So they
Of
do
course
like
they
pop up
are.
shops, and I mean you can get some decent cards there. Like I bought the Galarian Zapdos for me and Nick because we ran a
Mhm.
Gapdos team. That was like £10, two
Yeah.
cards, £5 a pop. So you can get the nice little fun arts that for Pokemon that you like and people aren't really cared about because everyone just wants to go and have a look at the
Yeah.
Moonbryons and go, oh, it's like
Exactly.
$5,000.
Yeah. And then someone's like, "I'll take it."
Yeah, it's like, oh, okay, fair enough.
Oh.
Because I'm more about just looking at the
Uh,
arts. It's like, oh, that one looks
yeah,
cool.
exactly. Yeah,
And seeing some
no,
of the like
I'll
the first edition slabs are nice to have a look at.
yeah.
But I'd never buy
Oh,
them.
for sure.
It doesn't make a difference to me. But it's a
No, unless
business,
I
I
had a
guess.
it's something. Business is I don't know if I don't wanna give them that there's good ones out there. I've seen good people, like, on TikTok and Instagram who like, the vendors who are actually, like, really good and, like, fair, and then I've seen, like, crappy ones, and I'm like, "That's not a business, that's a." I know for a fact you're sitting on, like, 100 ETBs in your house right now, and that's how you keep your stock really fresh. Like again,
Yep.
I don't want to. I think if I start calling some of those things businesses, I'm saying that the people who are scalping at Target are running a business. This is my job, sir. No, you're just
Well, they're all
stop.
suffering now because the market crashed.
Oh yeah,
So,
yeah, they are. They are suffering big time because they didn't buy fucking One Piece.
yep. One Piece be taking off right now.
I saw a car. I checked like the prices of like the latest One Piece set, and the sheer amount of cards that were worth closing on $1,000 was like I think there was like 6 cards or 7 cards in that one, and with the newest set that was going for $1,000. Like that's unheard of in Pokemon. Like, and that's because they're like, if it's a PSA 10, it could be 10,000. They just don't understand. These people have not been living on this earth for as long as they should to understand that every market fucking crashes because of oversaturation. That fucking big titty Nami like One Piece card is not going to be worth shit in 5 years, and you pay 10 grand for it. Okay, like stop. People, do better. Do better with your money. This is
I
not. It's
think the
not
only
it.
sets that really keep true value are base sets. The first
Exactly.
edition base
Yes.
sets of any TCG are always worth investing in.
Hmm. Hmm.
Whether that be a base set Yu-Gi-Oh, base set
Magic.
Pokemon,
Anything.
Magic.
Pokemon. Yeah.
If you'd have got in on the base set of Digimon, because that's now a thing.
Yeah. Hmm.
Oh well, it always was a thing, but is now reincarnating as
Yeah.
as a TCG. Alestrals might get there
Hmm.
eventually, and then obviously One Piece now, like base set One
Yeah.
Piece, will be worth a fortune. It's
Yeah.
it's always worth the investment if you want to do like a base set, but you've got to run that risk of it's a saturated TCG market, and
Yeah.
people might not clock on, and they might not be interested.
Yeah.
But there's always someone that's interested in something, and
Always.
someone will
There
buy your
is.
set.
There's always a buyer out there for everyone at the end of the day, I guess.
Yeah, you
But
always see it on
yeah,
eBay. There's always someone bidding.
yeah, it's crazy, man. I'm very thankful that the market has kind of crashed and calmed down. I'm very very happy that there's not 7 cards in a set that are going for $100 raw. That's very nice. It's actually really nice to see that now. So I'm hoping it stays that way. I know it won't because it's about to jump like crazy because the 30th anniversary is coming out. So we better get our ETBs while they're fresh and hold on to them for the next 5 years because they'll be worth something eventually. Um, but I'm very excited for their 30th. I'm very excited for what's happening in Pokemon in general. I think this year's been again, last year we were on that ZA hype train, and we're gonna be on that Gen 10 hype train once that happens, and I cannot wait for that to happen. I'm really excited for it. I hope it's gonna be great because I don't know, even when I'm away from Pokemon for a long time, it always just it's like my long lost best friend. I'm like, I might not see you for a little bit. I might not think about you, but then there's just when I'm just sitting by myself, I'm just like, just look over and I'm like, I miss you. Hurry up and come back. And that's how I
Yep.
feel
Give
about
me a new
Pokemon
game,
all the time.
and then
Give me a new
hopefully
game.
I'm ready for Gen 10. We won't get any remake news at all. This is, I imagine the whatever comes in February will, like Luke says, I think it's going to be a whole present just on Gen
Mm.
10, and then at the end, it's here's champions, go play it,
Yep.
and
That's all I
that'll be
want.
it. That'll be it. I don't
That's
think
all
there's
I
going to
want.
be
That's all I
anything
need.
else.
You can show me Pokepia for 2 minutes, but that's it. Don't want to see it any longer.
I don't even think they need to. I don't even think they need to advertise that. Like
No.
it's already hit its target audience. They're ready. Like if they should, is there much more? They could, I suppose they could show like different worlds, like different islands,
Yeah.
maybe different travel mons. But
Yeah.
like I feel like they've already shown off enough to
Yeah.
get people interested.
For sure.
But we'll see. What day is it
Yeah.
again?
We'll see when.
What day is it?
Fuck if I know. I always forget.
10th, 11th,
February.
12th,
10th.
February, Valentine's Day.
Dude, oh my god, if it's the 10th, please. Not moving day. It can't be
No.
no, not moving day.
Let me quickly
Not on
Google it.
that day.
Well, I'll let you
No.
wrap up, and then I'll finish with the
Yeah.
date.
Well, guys, as Jake is checking on the date for us, I really do, guys, appreciate you guys liking and viewing our video every single week. Our podcast has been doing great. 2026 has been very kind to the Dual Hemisphere Hangout. And we've got our products in the works, guys. This will be the last live episode for about 2 weeks now.
Yep.
Jake is having a little vacation, as he told us about. So you're gonna have a fun little episode that me and Jake pre-recorded last week, and then you're gonna have probably you might have a little extra video so you guys can see where the future of the DHH will look like going forward, where you'll see a nice little video that's not a podcast. So stay tuned for that.
It's the
Very exciting.
27th. There's
Dang it,
your date.
it's too far away. It's too far away. We were hyping it up and we got a whole month, but no.
Yep.
But guys, we the 27th, guys. So after
Put it
on
in
the
your calendar.
27th, put it on your calendars, get ready for champions, and then get ready for that week's podcast to be an hour and a half of me and Jake dissecting what happened on Pokemon Day. But guys,
Yep.
we love you guys very much. Thank you guys again for watching each and every week, and we will see you guys on the next episode. Bye-bye.